Good morning, guys. Rick Shore here on the 12th of August, 2023. We got up a little bit early today. My boy and I had been taking turns of wearing each other out. Well, I'm it. He got me yesterday. We had to take a hike into town, and we went ahead and walked pretty quickly. You know, we made it in town and back within an hour with all our stuff done. And then when we got back here, we went over to the store. One thing about this place here, you have to really shop around. I found a really nice bag of potatoes. They wanted $9 for it. You go to the other store, they're $4. I mean, that's a huge difference. So you have to really be careful of shopping around here. We're lucky we get all the store papers and walking. The bad thing is I can't find any tobacco shops that have my chew close by. It's all real far. Good long walk. So, but I've been getting things straightened around so I can get to them the way I want. I actually cleaned this thing out here. I cleaned this drawer out. It was really filthy, and I got my cast iron in there. It just was so full of grease, it wasn't funny. I got some pots up there. I got some hanging thingies for my utensils, and these things were really neat here. You got this little tool, got them at the dollar store, like $1. And you got this little teeny weeny tool here that pokes a hole. And it's got a big C area, and that little thing pokes in the wall right there. And you got a really nice strong hook holding my pan. I like to get this stuff up and out of the way. Was looking for a pizza cutter and found a couple, and they were chintzy, really crappy. And then I was at the dollar store and I found this really nice one, heavy duty nice one. So we picked it up. But we did our thing yesterday. We got back from our shopping, got some more water, and we went swimming. And Maddie was like, "Come on, Papa, come in the water." I would swim for a little bit and then hop out, lay in the sun. So I was in there playing with him. Nobody else was in the pool. We had the pool to ourselves for an hour or so before some other kids came out. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm so stiff this morning, it isn't funny. I am just kind of locked up. I got muscles I haven't used in years, got used. So he won this time. And I came in, we cooked dinner. We had a real nice dinner last night, cleaned everything up, and I went in and I didn't really want to watch a movie, and he has games on the TV, and you don't got to download them. You could just play them. There's a race car one. There's a little mouse that's got to go catch the cheese and all this stuff. So I let him do that. I said, "Look, when you're done with these games, you got to shut them off," because I think it was about 2 seconds after my head hit the pillow, I was out. The little guy just got me good. But I'll put a picture in here. I got him the other day, though. I wore him out the other day. So we're kind of going back and forth with this. But he's being a pretty good kid when we walk. He's really nice when it comes to somebody. He'll hold the door open for little old ladies and guys too. And just being a super kid. We have fun walking that path because he always wants to go off. I told him when we're going there, and I'm not carrying anything because I use this big bag, and then also we have the granny bag. And I said we can go explore a little bit, but when we're coming back with that thing full and the bag full, I said no, we're not doing that. But we're finding out the store over here is better. We still want to get down to Walmart. The closest one is where we were, and that's a heck of a long walk. I could do the parkway the whole way to get there, but it's still a super long walk. Part of my problem is whenever I have carts like this, the handle's not long enough, so it's real low, and then plus my feet will hit the wheels as I'm walking. I'd like to have one of those I make myself. I was going to make some more hooks for hanging up stuff, and I was talking to my buddy the other day and said, yeah, you can't find the steel coat hangers. Well, that was a dumb thing to say, because the next store I went into, guess what? There were some steel coat hangers that I could bend and make hooks with if I need to. We're going to put up probably a pegboard over here so I can hang stuff. I want to get maybe one of them, what do they call it, cork boards, so we can hang notes on instead of leaving it sitting on something. And we just want to get it fixed up. We're still pretty empty in here. We're looking at first week of September. We'll see. That's the last word I got on getting the furniture. That'll be nice to have this all cozied up. I did a really good cleaning job in here. Maddie's little friends wanted him to come play, so he brought his checkers, gave him something to drink, and I had about 4 hours in here, and a lot of stuff they don't touch, like on top of the cupboards. They never cleaned anything up there. The top of the fridge was, it looked like it just had a stain, well, it wasn't, it was gook. I vacuumed out, I had to pull the fridge out and vacuum. I'm gonna ask them if they'll trade it with me, because it's not working properly. The door doesn't seal. If you just let it close, see, it won't seal. So you got to push it to get it to seal. And then the other thing it's doing is anything I put on the top shelf in the bottom freezes. So I thought, okay, I'll turn it down a little bit. It was on 5. I turned it down to number 3. Now the stuff in the freezer won't freeze. Yeah. So I'm going to ask them if they're going to rotate this one out of here and get us another one, because that's not acceptable. They did clean in behind, but they didn't clean the element. I pulled out the tray in the bottom of the fridge. Oh gosh, that was disgusting. And the bottom of the stove. And just did a general cleaning all over everywhere. Couldn't get the fridge out. Or not the fridge, but the dishwasher out. I'm sure that's full of crud back there. But I got in all the cabinets, all the drawers, wiped them down with a vinegar rag real good. Same thing with on top, inside the shelves. I'd like to get some contact paper, in here. Put some contact paper in there. And but we're doing pretty good when it comes to the food and everything. I even hung my little basket things up there. I got this little thing helps thaw things quicker. I have to get a cutting board yet. I want to get a magnet for the knives so that I can just stick them on the side of the fridge like I had them before. And I like to have my kitchen fixed up. That's my big thing, is having that fixed up. And as long as you got something to eat and a good place to cook it. And I do like to cook. My little buddy, he likes to come in here and help me cook. He was in here cutting the potatoes for the French fries yesterday. Of course, we cook everything in the ghee there. So we're going through that a little bit. He's getting tastes of new things. Now, he never saw a peach in his lifetime, but he grabbed it because he said, "Papa, it looks like a butt." A little goofy guy. So we got the peaches. I got him some beautiful cherries. They had a nice bag down there, $3.99 for a good sized bag of cherries. And the other thing we saw for $2.49 was Concord grapes, about the same size as the cherry bag. And he's never had Concord grapes. So I'm getting him things that's new to him, and he loves them. He's like, "Oh, these are really good." And I said, "Yeah, of course they're good." So he's getting exposed to a whole nother world. I hope that my other kids can see this. They're in the country right now. And I hate to say it, guys, but the Philippines is kind of backwards. You know, you're never going to get a proper education. And a lot of people say, oh, yeah, sure. I don't think so. These kids got out of high school with a 5th grade education, and then everybody goes to college. And then they come out with a 10th grade education. You know, it's just ridiculous. You go up to the school when I was there, and what are they doing? They're teaching them how to dance. They're just trying to breed a group of worker bees that shut up and do what they're told. And they are afraid of authority. When it comes to Filipinos, most of them, they are. They're just, authority says do something, they just do it. You know, it doesn't matter if they have any rights or anything like that. They just immediately agree to that kind of stuff. So, and I'd like to see those kids out of there. You know, a lot of people were saying, oh, you know, in the States it really got bad and blah, blah, blah. Well, guys, it got kind of bad everywhere. So I feel much better being here in the States than I do there. This is a good place. This is actually a higher end apartment complex. I wanted to keep the boy out of riffraff, you know, trouble areas. It's still the same here. There hasn't been a lot changed since I was here before. This has always been a quiet town, not too much trouble. And it's kind of like a college town because there's a lot of colleges close by. And so, you know, even here in these apartments, they get a lot of college kids come and rent. You don't have too much trouble in here. There's a couple strange ones, you know, a couple of strange people. I got one little old lady. She's constantly directing everybody on what to do. She said she was a nurse, but every time she sees me, oh, you shouldn't be wearing those. You shouldn't be wearing those flip-flops. Those are dangerous. Okay, great. So I walk. Okay, and I walk by. So I'm in barefoot. Oh no, you know you can't walk barefoot. You wouldn't believe what's on that ground. You know, and she's constantly got and she does it as she's walking down the hall. There's 2 or 3 people. She'll tell everybody something to do. And I just sit back. I'm like, oh my, little busybody lady. But that's about the worst it seems we're getting here. Everything else is pretty good. My door buzzer thing is working real good now. We tried it out. It's really nice with the washers and dryers because they tell you when they're done, so we can zip up there. I got all these rugs washed. There was so much lint every time I ran the vacuum, the stuff that was coming off them. We got some new towels, washed them up. We're watching our pennies. We're good for the end of the month, and then I have the money stashed for the movers. We did find a new mover. It was this guy that was moving stuff in here, and his quoted price was hundreds of dollars cheaper than 2 men in a truck. So I will before we move, I'll still call a couple other ones to see what kind of price I can get, but the price I got from them was $159 or $153 an hour. It's an oddball number, $153 an hour, and they have a 1 hour, half hour to get there, half hour to get back. That's their minimum, their hour minimum. And the dudes are pretty quick and efficient. I watched them move here. The guy said it's going to go real quick because there's no elevators. I got his card. And I wound up calling him to get it, because he said, call and get a quote, you know, because the girl in the office takes care of that. I got her, she gave a quote. She sent me a return email saying what was going to go on and how they were going to do it. And they wanted me to lock in right now. And they said, as you get closer to the date, the price will go up. So I told them, look, okay, if that's the deal, that's fine. I'm not locking it anywhere. I'm still checking prices. So if I come back to you and you jacked your price up, well, then you're done. You know, so jack it up all you want. So that's just kind of silly. But we are having a blast. I'm gonna introduce my son to some grits this morning for breakfast. I found some grits, not the instant ones. I got the ones that I'll cook them down real good, and I'm going to let him try them. I don't know if he's going to like them. He might not, but we're going to give that a whirl this morning. A little bit of grits. I wish I could go hunt some of these squirrels outside. You wouldn't believe how many squirrels are in the trees here. It's unbelievable how many. And boy, I sure would like to get a couple. We're still shooting his BB gun pretty much every day. It's amazing how good he's getting. I mean, he's picking it up. He's getting his stance better. He's not tilting his head so much. He's not canting the gun or anything. He's doing the safety very well. Plus, he's watching his muzzle. He had a couple times where his muzzle was horizontal and pal, you know, if this keeps up, as soon as you do it again, we're going to take it off you and we're going to take a break. And he doesn't want that, because I give him 100 rounds and I let him shoot them. And then the other day we shot into a big Verner's. And by the way, that's the best pop in the world. Verner's. I got some. I bought a big 2-liter, and then I got some small bottles. I love that stuff. The only bad thing is it's got high fructose corn syrup in it, so we won't be drinking a lot of it. And we're looking good. I got to start watching for some nice clothes for him. For you know, school's going to be coming up. We're still doing that rigmarole, dealing with any kind of government entity. You know, you just got, you know, it's just, they want you to do all these hoops, and it's so simple. Come pick up my kid, take him to school, teach him, and then send him home. But you know, they come up with all this stuff. They did say a thing at that office that they weren't accepting the passports as birth certificates. Well, I got online, and in their online app, that you can't do it on the line and then just it to them. You have to print it out and then fax it to them. I mean, come on. Fax is so 80s, it isn't funny. But I was looking through there, and it says right on there, you know, birth certificate or passport. So I had to send it to this lady. And then I give a call. She's hard to get to. You get a message like that, but this time she picked up, and I said, "Did you get my my email for the passport?" She, "Oh, I didn't know that." Yeah, no kidding, lady. This your job. It's your job to know these things. Just amazes me. It amazes me how it seems when you get into a government office. I don't care what country you're in. It's like they hire the people who rode the short bus. It just gets me. But my little buddy's not up to do the rickshaw out, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go. You guys got any questions, let me know. I do appreciate everybody on the channel. I did get some fellas sent me some dough, and I decided what I'm going to do with that. I was just going to keep it like it's a whole card. I just got it tucked in the bank. I'm not going to get out there and blow it. I don't know what we're going to use it for yet. It might be for a car, might be for school stuff for him. I'm not sure. We're able to get what we need right now without too much trouble. Even budgeted for the big move, and the less that costs me, the better we're going to be off next month. So, but we set up our online payment for paying the rent, and then as soon as I get the electric bill, that's when I do the online where it pays it. I talked to the girl over here. She works on the computer all day. She's got 2 little girls. She has a nice apartment, real clean. I just popped my head in the door because Maddie was playing over there the other day. And she says she's getting electric bills of around $40. And she has run the air conditioner a few times. So that's kind of cool. I always said Philippines, the electricity for what you get is just super expensive. It's kind of like California. 2 places I don't believe I'll be returning to. So I'm gonna let you go. And this is Rickshaw out.